Headshot!
Okay, let's see if I can get this to work. Okay, first off, the skybox. Normally, I would suggest making it after you finished your map, so you know what size to start it off. Because if you're make a skybox and put your map in it, you're kind of limited to the space you have unless you want to maneuver it around, which is kind of a pain in the ass, but you know, whatever floats your boat. When I'm making skyboxes, I just put the thickness of the walls to 2. You can't put it to 1. I don't know why. Guess because hammer's a bit retarded, but yeah, it just makes it look a little bit easier to deal with, like that size right there, instead of just you know, something that's like all the way up here. Just a bit easier to maneuver around with, unless you want your hollowed area to have like hallways or something, which is kind of hard to do with a skybox, but you never know. Okay, and that is not the proper texture, so we'll just type in skybox tool, get this right here, apply that texture, and you have a skybox. Now if the default skybox is kind of plain and ordinary, if you want to change the texture of the skybox in game, because it won't show up like this, it'll be an actual skybox. If you want to change it, I suggest you Google Half-Life 2 mapping skybox textures or something like that. I can't remember exactly what I put, but gives you a bunch of ones, and then the angle of the sun if you want to put a sun in there. Tried to use it for one of my maps, but the sun didn't want to cooperate with my displacement, so I scrapped that. Text. Oh, right, the text. Okay, let's just use a couple of plain ordinary textures right here, because I don't really feel like getting into detailed texturing right now. Kind of lazy. Okay, so let's just do that. Yeah, in case you didn't notice, my mic keeps on cutting out, and that's because I have the hiccups right now, and I tend to burp when I hiccup. Don't ask why, I just do. So yeah. You don't have to worry about the textures I'm using right now. This is just for demonstration after all. Okay. So I should put a player start in here. Now if you're making a map with for team deathmatch, you wouldn't put in you would put an info player start in, but you wouldn't use info player deathmatch. You would only use what is it? Info player rebel and info player combine. So let's put a start person in there, and let's just jazz this wall up a bit. Now, I didn't really say I would include this in the tutorial, but, you know, I'm just going to be doing a bit of cutting and manipulation right here, just in case you want to fool around with this a bit. It's kind of a neat thing. Vertex manipulation can change the way corners are. It's easier than cutting, I find. If you want to do something like, oh, I don't know. Let's say you want to do something like this, and then, let's do that, huh, shall we? Yes, and we do something like that. You're probably thinking, okay, what's the point in closing that off? And they'll show you is this is going to be part of your tutorial, which I'm very reluctantly making for you, by the way, so you better be fucking happy about this. And that looks kind of retarded, so okay, there we go. Yep, I'm really way too lazy for this right now.
Whoa, Black Betty, bam-a-lam. Whoa, Black Betty, bam-a-lam. Black Betty had a child, bam-a-lam. The damn thing gone wild, bam-a-lam. She said a word not of mine, bam-a-lam. The damn thing gone blind, bam-a-lam. I said, oh, Black Betty, bam-a-lam. Whoa, Black Betty, bam-a-lam. Boom, headshot!